Hello again, YouTubers. I got some new toys here. Just wanted to share with you guys. I was looking at waterproof matches. Now, anytime I've ever bought them before, I never really thought much about it. Grabbed them, bought them, threw them in my pack. But this time I decided to go and look at a few different types. And we'll review them with you, and we'll see which ones are best for the job. So, from left to right, my cheapest option here, this is I think it was $1.25 off eBay. You get 5 matches. These are marketed as the Stormproof matches and a striker. This was labeled as a refill for this. As you can see, there's a lot more than 5 in there. So, for about $1 you get this. For about $2 you can get this. Now, this seems like a pretty good thing. There's a couple things I don't like though. This on the outside, once that gets wet, it's probably not going to be any good. And there's no spare one inside. Also, the cover is not threaded, just a friction fit, and there's no gas seal. This is one of the matches I took out of. There's quite a few in there. I didn't count them, but for $2. Now to jump up to $7, you can get the Coleman, basically the same as this, but you get a little better container, threaded with a water seal, piece of flint on the bottom. Now you want to be really careful when you're buying these. Coleman, I think Coghlan's is the other brand. There's 2 different ones. There's the ones for $1 or $2, which is basically exactly what you see here, but the matches are not waterproof, they're just regular matches. The one with the waterproof matches is quite a bit more. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of head on these when you compare them to the no-name Chinese ones, but we'll see which ones are better here in a second. I got 2 pieces of test paper. All this is, it's a piece of a coffee cup, cardboard coffee cup. I decided to use that because just about anything will light regular paper, and this is more likely what you'd find in your pack if you had to make a fire. Other than toilet paper, that would be probably the next thing that you would get. About the same thickness as wrapper on just about anything, or piece of birch bark, something along that lines. And I got a little pill bottle here full of water. So we'll dip the matches and we'll see how they burn, and then we'll dip them again and we'll see how effective they are at igniting the paper. I'll do one at a time. I'll go back, review the video, and I'll post the time on it. I don't have a stopwatch here with me, so I'll be back in a second. Okay guys, as promised, we'll do the Coghlan's or Coleman match first. I'm just going to use this striker. There's a striker inside this package, which is, in my opinion, where it should be. Just going to use this striker because it's easiest to get at. So I'll get it nice and wet. Shake it off. You normally would. So, still pretty effective. About what I would expect from any normal match if it was or wasn't wet. Didn't burn all the way down, but still that's good enough to light your piece of paper or whatever have you. Next, the cheap Chinese ones. Expecting a lot more flame off this one just because of the size of the head. Get it wet here. I'm not leaving these in and soaking them or anything like that because that's not likely to happen in a real life scenario. Chances are you take these out of the package. If it's raining, it might be a little wet. Other than that, you shouldn't get water inside these anyways. And your pack should stay fairly dry. Okay, first strike. Okay, so that one, it didn't seem like it burnt as long as the other match, but I can tell you that I could feel a lot more heat coming off of that one than I did the other one. So we'll run that same little test again. This time we'll use each match to light one of the pieces of paper, and we'll see how effective they are, because at the end of the day it really doesn't matter how long the flame burns, it's whether or not it gets the job done. So the Coleman one first. Again, just make sure it's nice and wet, give it a little shake. One. This is lit. That did the job. That would have been a lot easier if I hadn't had that paper sticking straight up in the air. And you can see it's still going there. Just barely. And it looks like, yep, just went out. So, extinguish that. And we'll see if this one does a better job. Our cheap Chinese model. One, two. These ones don't seem to light up very good. The other ones seem to ignite a little bit faster. So they both got the job done. But I can already tell that the match with the longer head, the cheaper ones, they seem to have done a little better job igniting the paper. Kind of expected that just because of the amount of accelerant that's on it. Yeah, so as we can see, it's clearly burnt down much further than the other one. I'm just going to go ahead and blow that out before I light something on fire here. A little warm. But anyway, don't need that water anymore. I guess what I'm probably going to do, I'm going to go with this bottle because it screws on nice and tight. But I'm going to fill it with half of each. Ideally I'll never need them, but I have both, so I'm going to put a little bit of both in there. If I was going to buy one type, I would buy one of these right here. Like I say, in my pack, I wouldn't be too concerned about it getting wet. And that, you know, it's not as tight as the other one by any means, but that inside my pack, I can't see that getting wet unless I fall in a river or something, but I don't plan on doing that. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. If you got any questions or comments, leave them at the bottom. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, you know, please include that as well. Send me a PM. Thanks for watching.